Hey friends, Rick StrongBack here once again to perform for you old-time feats of strength like you have seen at the circus and on vaudeville stages performed by old-time strongmen and strongwomen throughout history. Today I'm going to show you a handful of feats of strength that would have been performed and answer some questions that I've got. So while tearing phone books is iconic, finding them is very difficult. So we as strongmen and strongwomen performers have went back to tearing cards, which predates the phone book. Now, with the deck of cards, the challenge is holding on to it and not getting the worst paper cuts of your life. Now, anyone who has trained and understands the technique for this gets that you are trying to create a shearing force right here. You're pushing down on one end and pulling back on the other. It does not flare the cards. It does not wing them out. You cannot tear them one at a time this way. You are tearing all of the cards in the block all at once. So, as you can see here, pushing down on one end, pulling back on the other, and they tear as a whole. Now, while we've got this joker's head tied off, we have his bottom half right here. Now, while the technique that I showed you works really well, and if you have a good grip strength, you could probably accomplish that, the harder one is quartering it. Same technique, same type of thing that you're doing, pushing down on one end, pulling back on the other. But that is a true test of grip strength. Now, I've had some questions about the Appach Twins. Each one of these hammers is a little over 12 pounds now. I'm adding weight constantly. They were handcrafted by me and specially hexed by one of my Appalachian mountain witch friends to take the kneecaps of carpetbaggers. Now, the difficulty in this is holding it at full extension while controlling it down to your face. This is an old-time feat of strength you would have seen railroad workers and construction workers performing. And heck, if you even go to the job site today, you probably will see a couple of guys being able to do this, especially the ones with good grip strength and wrist strength. Where this gets a little hairy, though, is whenever you're doing dual mounts. Part of this is just dancing and flowing with where the weight wants to go. One of my favorite things to do with this is the double crucifix, where you hold them both at full extension and then drop them to your face, stopping them just moments before hitting. Hold it, kiss them both, and back up. And there we go. Now I like to finish this up with a front lever, each one controlled. And there we go. Now the show wouldn't be complete without me doing my signature, turning a steel horseshoe into a heart. So I often joke about these wraps being there for the horseshoe safety, but in reality it's just to make sure that I don't tear my hand. But there is a very valuable lesson here, and I'm going to impart it to you today. If it's hard, wrap it up for safety. Now, any brute can bend a horseshoe by hand, but it takes a person balancing their strength and their skill together to turn it into a work of art. Got that nice little Superman S, and now we're going to impart some of that thigh magic into it. Most dangerous part of the show. And there we go. And there's our heart. If you like my content and want to support an old-time performer, feel free to hit the gift shop on your way out.